and thank you for coming back to Elevate with Erica and giving me the gift of your time. I love connecting with you all through these episodes, and I'm loving the messages that I'm receiving on ways in which that you guys have connected with it. And I love seeing you take the time to share the podcast too on your social media. It means so much to me. And I just love how powerful our stories can be and how they can bring us all together. And as I said last episode, this podcast is hosted by Buzzsprout and was named in the top 25% of podcasts on their platform. So it's opened up the ability to subscribe to this podcast for just $6 a month to bonus episodes. So if you want that extra motivation to continue elevating your life throughout the week, one bonus episode has already been published. So subscribers, you can go check that out right now. These bonus episodes will pop up right in the podcast platform that you're already using. I know somebody had a question about that. So yeah, right in whatever platform you're using, you will see the episode pop up, and the bonus episodes will have like a little lock emoji, and they will be titled Mini Mindset Elevator. So my goal is to keep all those under 10 minutes. If you haven't subscribed yet or missed that these were available, you can head to my show notes and gain access to those bonus episodes right now. Nothing will change about my regular episodes that you've already had access to. Those are going to keep coming. Those are still free, and they will remain free. For those watching on my YouTube, you know, that's a whole separate thing over there and not affiliated with podcast subscriptions in any way. So if you want those bonus episodes too, then you would have to head over to your podcast platform of choice, whether it be Spotify or iHeart or Apple, or there's so many, and go subscribe there. Okay, friends. So I'm going kind of a little bit without notes today because this is really coming from my heart today, something I really felt called to share. So I'm going to try hard to not get emotional, and I'm going to share something that really hit me hard this week. Someone that I've been greatly inspired and influenced by passed away a few days ago. Someone that I've never even met or personally spoken to, but who I felt such a connection with. You know, this is what I love about podcasts and social media, is because we have these platforms that allow us to connect with people we otherwise probably never would have met, right? And it's so amazing how it can bring us together and create really, really cool connections. And if you're listening to a personal development podcast like mine or watching me on YouTube, you may know who I'm talking about. Dave Hollis. He was a former distribution chief for Disney, and he moved on from that career to becoming a self-help author and a podcast host, but also just this light on social media. Honestly, when I think about him, I first think of his smile. And, you know, when I was getting into the beginning stages of my own podcast, I had doubts that my voice was even needed. Like, gosh, there's already so many amazing self-improvement podcasts, so many amazing people with more experience in hosting their own show. Do I belong here? But I remembered that 100 people can be here saying the same thing, right? And I will only connect with one of them because of the way that they said it, because of whatever their unique life experience has been. No one can say things the way that I can. I am me. There is only one. And I have a place here for that person who connects with me and my voice, right? And my experience on this earth. And that's what Dave was for me. He stood out to me, his humor, his smile, his way with words, his story, his life experience. I felt it. And so much so that as soon as he shared about his tattoo one day, a couple of years ago, I knew I had to have that tattoo. And it was before I had any tattoos. But there were two quotes that I knew I wanted on my body. One, which I ended up getting first, which was made from grit, but full of grace. And the other, which was inspired by Dave Hollis, a ship in harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. I went online to a platform where I could design these myself, you know, like pick out the size and the font, etc. And I printed out both of them a couple of years ago. And I got the one already on my rib cage, and I'm just waiting to get the second one. You know, tattoos are expensive, right? So I haven't gone yet. But now I feel more compelled than ever to go get this, not just because Dave passed, but because his passing was a reminder to me to not play safe, because his death was so sudden at a young 47. And it's a reminder to me that the world offers us comfort all day, every day, but that we're not made for comfort. We are made for greatness. Let me pause here because it's actually still sitting here. It's the paper's all crinkly because it's been on my desk underneath a stack of books for a couple of years since I printed it out. But if you're on YouTube, you can see this is actually the font and the paper that I printed it on a couple of years ago. Just waiting to get the ink. But time is not promised. Time is not promised. And you could die at any moment without warning. And you're going about your day like you have time to play with, right? I know I do. I have to catch myself. This made me catch myself. That comfort I was talking about that the world offers us, it can come from other people too. Like I'm often told I'm doing too much. I work too hard. I need to go do this and that more, see this and that person. But the truth is, I'm just not playing with my time. I have dreams and goals, and I'm happy working on them. That's where I'm the happiest. That's where I'm the most fulfilled. No, the future is not promised, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to show up every day like I'm creating a better tomorrow. Today is great, and I am blessed to be sitting here with you, but I have so many things I want to do with my life, and I'm not wasting a second where I could be working to make those a reality. This is why I've become more selective with who I spend my time with. We need to guard our energy and treat our time like it's the gift that it is. You don't need to feel guilty about choosing not to spend time with people who are not enriching your life, sucking your energy, right? Instead of adding to. And just because people were in your life last season doesn't mean you have to make space for them in this season. It's the truth. And this is how serious we need to get with our time. I told you going into this year that my word was intention, and that is exactly what we need to do now with how we are spending our day, how we're spending our time. Spend it with intentional use of that time. If there's people that you used to kick it with in high school, and now you're here 20 years later, still hanging out with them, but they aren't a reflection of the person that you are working to become today or the future you are building today, if they aren't rooting for you or making you want to level up your life, then start adding people into your life that are, right? We talked about that in a recent episode, how to focus on less on removing the people from your life, but focusing more on the idea of adding people to your life, and that your time is better spent with those kinds of people, right? I would say, especially in the last 3 years, I've gotten really particular with who I want to spend time with. But that's because in the last 3 years is when I really started working on my goals and realized my passions. I'm living like a purpose-filled life now, and I know what I want to do with my life. I'm excited about it. I know what I want to do with my time. And I don't know if it also has anything to do with being forced to kind of shut in with my family or not. But when I'm not working on building my business, I don't want to just go out and hang with whoever at a bar anymore. I don't want to just travel with just anyone. And the old me was all about that. Like the more the merrier, any social gathering I'm in. And now I'm like, wait. This is my little bit of downtime this week. This is time I'm taking away from making dreams of mine a reality. Who do I really want to be with right now? Where's my downtime best spent and with who? Who am I really happiest around? Who makes me want to be my best self? Who inspires me? Who do I love? Capital LOVE, love being in the company of. Like if I'm going to step away from work, that's the people I'm choosing to spend my time with. And we need to be unapologetically selective with the people we are spending our time with. Unapologetically selective. A ship in harbor is safe, but that's not what ships were built for. Stop being so safe with your life. Safe in working that same job that you're miserable in, safe in hanging out with those same people who are keeping you stuck, safe in that town because it's where you grew up, safe in choosing Netflix over learning a new hobby, working on a dream, spending time with people you love. Your time, it's such a gift, and that's what Dave reminded me of this week. It reminded me to do more things that I love. A reminder to stop scrolling so much and get out and experience. A reminder to stop taking this life for granted. And this is why I don't like the anti-hustle culture. And I'm not saying hustle more as a blanket statement, but hell yes, you should hustle more on the things that you love. on the things that light you up inside. Hustle fucking harder on those things because you don't have time to wait. Making your dreams come true. Stop watching, waiting, and wishing, and stop the must be nice mentality and make it freaking happen for you. I am rooting for you. Every single part of my being is rooting for you. I got to see a friend of mine that I've met through Beachbody, Jimmy, speaking on a big stage. I think it was in Vegas, through his Instagram reel this past week. And I thought, yes, yes. Like I said it out loud while I'm watching his reel. And I'm like, damn it, friend. I am so happy for you. I know that that's a dream of his. And I know that that's where he's meant to be. Like, I know that's where he shines, and I have watched him relentlessly work for it. And it is such a beautiful thing to see someone actually put in the work for their dream life. And it's so inspiring. It lights me up. It makes me want to do more. And that's the kind of people that I love to be around. I don't want to sit across the bar from someone who is telling you what they wish they were doing or wish they had done, or worse, from someone who is hating on someone else for doing something they aren't willing to put in the work for. I don't want to sit across from those people anymore. That's wasted time. Time spent waiting and wishing, time spent shoulda, woulda, coulda-ing. Your life is wasted time. I think I just made up a word there, but stop it. I just want you to stop sitting idle and doing the same damn things day in and day out, and stop waiting for life to happen to you and make it happen for you. If you want new experiences, you have to put yourself in new places, new spaces, around new people. Get unfreaking comfortable. I saw another woman I look up to post a funny reel about funny things entrepreneurs say. And one of the things that she said was, I'm so uncomfortable and I love it. And I had to laugh because that is so true. Like, I'm not always on my A game in my business. I'm not always showing up perfectly because life happens and I'm human. I'm not always mentally my best. And eventually it does start reflecting in my business and I have to course correct. Life is a roller coaster. And when your business only runs because of you, it carries over. Whenever business starts slowing down for me, whenever money isn't flowing in so freely and conversations start to die down, my team gets quiet, I can always look back at me and say, it's because you got comfortable. You're not trying anything new. You're not doing anything different. You're not working on anything exciting. Nothing is lighting you up right now. Nothing is forcing you to get out of the box. It's tricky though, right? Because, even if you're not an entrepreneur, comfort is so appealing. The world offers us so much comfort. Whether it's because things are going good and you're like, okay, I can just sit back now. Like I see this with couples, things are going so great in the beginning. And I think people just stop trying because they get comfortable and they think that that person's always going to be there, right? Or maybe you choose comfort because things are going bad and you tell yourself, I'm just going to stop working out and eating healthy and taking care of me for a little bit. I don't have time for that right now. And then what happens? That short-term comfort that you chose comes with a sacrifice. It comes with consequences. And you start to see and feel those and you beat yourself up and you either start the cycle again or you just tell yourself that you're just not good enough. But when I continue to push myself to get uncomfortable, to keep trying, to keep putting in effort, to just not stay knocked down by life, when I continue to require myself to keep going for great and to get 1% better every day, that's when I feel my best. I feel purpose. I feel passion. I feel excited for life and the uncertainty of it all. It excites me. I love it. Because this is it, y'all. This isn't a dress rehearsal. We are all on the field and the game has started. You're going to take that spot on the bench? Because the world's offering you a lot of spots on the bench. Or are you going to play? Now, don't just go out there and start being busy, okay? That's not what I want you to do when you walk away from this episode, because busy can steal your time too. Don't just be hustling on any old thing, right? Get intentional with your hustle. I want to see you use up all of your gifts. What do you want to do with your life? I don't care if you're 20 or 70. If you're here, you got time. Some people don't have any more time. You got time. Write out your dreams, your goals, your hobbies that you want to try, connections you want to make, places you want to travel, things you want to experience. Write it out and put those things on paper and really look at them because they should excite you. Now figure out what you can do today to get closer to 1, 2, 3 of those things, to get closer to making them a reality. What can you do today? Tomorrow is not promised, but you have today, friend. Don't waste it. Dave Hollis, thank you for your light. Thank you for inspiring me to stop sitting safe in harbor. Thank you for helping me remain strong when I left harbor to go make my big dreams a reality. And thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for your smile and your spin on the hard stuff, and for proving what was possible when you're willing to go out and get it. And I hope I'm able to do that for someone with this episode today. I know that his impact will carry on within me, and I know it can carry on through you. And I know I say this all the time, but I'm going to say it because I know we need to keep hearing it to drown out the noise of the anti-hustle culture. And if this was my last day on this earth, this is what I would want you to remember that I said to you. Be freaking unstoppable, my friend. Stop playing small. Get out of your head and into your life, and quit trying to fit in and start standing out. Be the one. Be the one in your family who breaks the cycle. Be the one in your circle of friends that elevates the energy of the entire circle. Shine bright, friend. You weren't put here to be dull and dim and mediocre. Love yourself enough to recognize what you don't like in your life today and pull out that courageous spirit that is within you to make a change starting today. Today is the day that you take your ship out of harbor. Talk soon, friend.